Welcome to today's video, Galatians 6 verse 2 explained. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. This verse comes from Paul's letter to the Galatians, where he is giving practical advice to believers about how to live out their faith in everyday life. The message is both simple and profound. Christians are called to help each other, especially in times of difficulty and struggle. When Paul says bear ye one another's burdens, he is talking about supporting each other through the challenges and hardships that life brings. Burdens can be many things: emotional struggles, grief, temptation, financial difficulties, or spiritual doubts. Whatever is weighing someone down, Paul urges the church community to come alongside and help carry the load. By helping others with their burdens, believers are fulfilling the law of Christ. The law of Christ refers to the teachings and example of Jesus, especially his commandment to love one another as he loved us. Jesus showed compassion and practical help to those who were suffering. He cared for the sick, the poor, the outcast, and the sinner. Paul is reminding us that real faith is not just about what we believe, but about how we act towards others. This verse also highlights that no one is meant to go through life alone. Everyone will have moments when they struggle. In those times, it is not weakness to accept help. In fact, allowing others to help us gives them the opportunity to obey Christ's command as well. The Christian life is a shared journey, where we give and receive support as part of one family in Christ. There is also a subtle lesson about humility in this verse. Sometimes, pride can keep us from admitting we need help. But Paul makes it clear that it is not only acceptable but necessary to share our burdens with others. Likewise, we should always be ready to listen, encourage, and help those who are struggling, without judging or looking down on them. The context of Galatians 6 also deals with restoring someone who has fallen into sin. Paul says that those who are spiritual should restore such a person with gentleness, being mindful that anyone can fall. Bearing one another's burdens is not only about physical or emotional help, but also about spiritual care. This involves forgiving, praying for one another, and helping each other grow in faith. The phrase fulfill the law of Christ ties back to the core of the gospel message: love. Jesus summed up the law and the prophets in the command to love God and love your neighbor as yourself. Paul's instruction is a practical application of this command. By bearing each other's burdens, Christians are actively living out the love of Christ in a visible, tangible way. In summary, Galatians 6 verse 2 teaches us that the Christian life is about community, compassion, and love in action. When we help each other in times of need, we are following the example of Jesus and demonstrating the true heart of God's law.